Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Piyush Agarwal and today we are going to learn about another function using LINQ, which is a where clause. And in this video, we are going to solve a use case as well, a small one. Okay, so first of all, let me show you the use case that we are going to solve through LINQ. We have got two columns in a data in which IDs are something which is repetitive. They like, for example, we have got 1, 2, 3, then 2 is again repeating, 1 is again repeating. And for each ID, there is some position allocated to it. It's not necessary that every ID has a unique position allocated. So it's like, for example, if I take ID 2, it has ITIS allocated to it as a position. Then again, a CSP is allocated as a position. Okay. So what, an HR also. So what our goal is basically that we want to list that which ID has which kind of positions allocated to it in total. Like if we talk about 2, then it should say that ID2 has ITIS, HR, and CSP. These three positions allocated to it. So that is our goal using LINQ queries. Now let me show you the workflow. This is just the small workflow which is required to build this, to do this task. We are reading the data. This is one of our LINQ queries to find that how many unique values are there in the IDs. So basically, like if there are 10,000 rows with multiple repeating entries, this particular LINQ query will give us the distinct values available in the first column. Okay. Then for each unique ID, what we are getting? We are getting the all the positions in a single array from this LINQ query. And then we are simply, once we get that position, like list of all the positions, then we merge them all together in a comma separate. We join them with a comma separated delimiter. So if I just run this bot, let me say run file. Now bot has started and ended. And if we see the output panel, so it has given me the answer that if for ID1 we have got two positions IT and IT allocated to it. For 2 we have got ITIS, HR, CSP. For 3 there are CSP, IT, 4 ITIS, and 6 for assistant. Now let me show you how to build this LINQ query. Okay, so for that, what we are going to do, let's just put a breakpoint over here and again run the bot debug mode. And I will just open our data as well. Or base. Okay, let's just first of all, as usual, make the immediate panel in a float position. And if we just see what is our data, so we have got different IDs and some positions over there. So first of all, we need to find that how many distinct values are there in ID. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 for this particular use case. And but in a real-time use case, if there is 10,000 or more of amount of rows, we can't just visualize and see that how many unique values are there. It would be a too much difficult task. So for our LINQ query, what we can do, we can simply write from row in DT1, this that which is the normal syntax we have been using up till now. From row in DT1, select row 0, or basically row dot item 0. Then we can convert it to string integer since it is a number, and enter. So it gave me an enumerable row collection of int of all the values which are currently in DT1. But what I want is a distinct collection. So let's first convert it into a list. Then we can put it in distinct. The IntelliSense might not show that distinct as a keyword, but believe me, that will work. Next, we again convert it to list and enter. So let me just this. So see, even though IntelliSense didn't mention distinct as a keyword, but it still works. With just this, I got a list of integers of all the unique entries which are available in the ID column. So this is the first link query that it would be required, because what we are going to do, we are going to iterate over using this link query. We are going to iterate for each every ID and check that what are the values available for that ID. Okay, now suppose I got 3 as my entry. Okay, or let's say 2. I want all the entries, all the positions in this data which has 2 as its ID. So what I can do, again, from row in dt1, what I want, where, let's say row dot item 0 equals 2. Right now, row dot item 0 is a string value. Okay, so we need to convert it to integer. Let's say convert to int 32. Wherever we find this, select what the position. So that is row dot item 1. So it gave me an again enumerable row collection of objects with IDIS, HR, CSP. So you got it. What it gave me, an array wherever this condition satisfies, that the ID of that column should be equals to 2. Now again we need to convert into a list of string object. So what we can do, simply as usual, convert dot to string, and then enclose the whole query in a parenthesis and convert it to list. That's it. So I got that for 2 ID number 2, I have got a list of string with all the 3 positions which are available in this data. Okay, so this is one another link query that we would be required. Now let's just stop the bot. And link queries are ready. So I am using this unique ID over here. As you can see, from row in dt1, select convert to in 32 row ID to, and using the distinct function, we are able to remove the repeating entries. Now in the for each loop, we are using this link query, and we have set the type arguments as in 32. Now moving next, the position list, which is our array. So if we see its link query, it's from row in dt1, where we convert the row ID value into int32 and compare it with the item, where item is our unique ID entry. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, whatever coming is in the data. And for each entry, then just convert again the position value to string and give us as a list of object. So once you get the position list, let me just show what we are getting in the position list as well. It is basically a list of string. Cannot be converted to string. Okay, let's do this. And then once we get that iterable object, we are simply using string.join to join all the entries using a comma delimiter. So again, let's just run it. I will talk this one. I guess that was an position source string is not showing the data. That might be my mistake. But basically, we have got a system list or type object with the data type system.string for elements. And for each element, we have got, like for ID1, we got our IT. For C2, we have got ITIS, HRCSP. Hence, our aim is successfully completed. Okay, so hope you guys understood this video, how we can use this where clause to define any kind of condition on based on which we want the rows. So more in future, if there might be a certain condition which you want to filter your data, so instead of using the filter data table activity, which is also a very like awesome one. You can use this filter data table to filter your rows, or if there is too much amount of data and you want it to execute to way faster, then you can use this LINQ queries where clause and apply your condition. Hope you guys understand these LINQ queries concepts which I have been sharing through this playlist, and you like my video. So if I was able to help you in any way, do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys. Do do subscribe it so that you can always be, get always the notifications whenever my new videos are up. Okay guys, bye.